Let's go. Another Wednesday night. Excuse me. Another Wednesday night. We ready. Look at Esby. Esby in there bright and early tonight. I see you might got a question or something, Esby. So yeah, we waiting for my man Prez to log on and wait for everybody to come on. You know what it is. Wednesday night, Relationship 101. Let's have a conversation. Yo, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to send the live out. Let's get the live out. Involved. Please tag a friend, tag 50 friends, tag 60 friends. My man Paul, excuse me, I said Joe Paul. I see Joe Paul. Prez is coming on. And there he is.
Yo.
Desean Prez the Great.
Rich, what up?
What up, man? So, yo,
Yo.
Tag a friend. Everybody tag your friends. Let's go. Let's get it popping. It's Wednesday night, baby.
Yo, it's Wednesday. I can take the glasses off for now. Yo, it's going to be a good night. I know it. Instagram let me right in. Like, I didn't have no problems getting in tonight. Oh, my God. Yeah, quick. 2 seconds.
Good. Because
So that's a good sign.
Because earlier today, I posted something, and I was like, something happened, and it kept getting pushed off. And I'm like, yo, here they go again with this Wednesday shit. They coming with their Wednesday. IG coming with their Wednesday bullshit. But now IG
they doing us good, Rich. Okay, right. So I know you did the intro. I'm gonna just throw the glasses back in there. Yo, check it, Rich. We got a lot to talk about. Everybody, Rich Dallas, Sean Prez, we are the Boys Club, unfiltered, raw, straight to the point talk from a man's point of view. So please, if you love what we do, tag somebody right now. I know Rich said it, but just giving that intro, and I want to make sure y'all go out and tag your friends. Rich, I want to get to the, we got so much to dive into before we let our callers in. So we can't even start this show off without talking about your man, Will Smith. I mean, it would be impossible for us to get into the Boys Club without addressing Hollywood's golden boy, Will Smith. So everybody and their mother has been hitting, our social media page, the official _ Boys Club. Everybody been hitting me direct. I'm sure they've been hitting you. So I just pulled a random question because we got so many of them. And I guess we'll start with that, right? Somebody hits and says, yo, in the wake of the Will, Jada, and Chris saga, who the hell is Chris?
Chris Tucker. I mean, Chris Rock.
I guess you're right. Damn, I'm looking retarded right now. But anyway, in the wake of the Will, Jada, and Chris saga, I have a few questions. Number one, do you think it's okay for someone to assault someone because they offended or insulted your girl or wife? Number two, despite the fact that both Will and Jada said indirectly that they have an open relationship / life partner or life partnership, why is the criticism directed mostly toward Jada? So we'll get to that second part later. Let's start with, do you think it's okay for someone to assault someone because they insulted or offended your wife?
Absolutely not. Okay.
Hold on, Rich, and I want to be clear. Are we talking about Will Smith or are we talking in general right now?
Are we talking in general? I don't know. You asked me the question. Are we talking is this a general question?
I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts first on the Will Smith thing, and then I want to go general.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Fair enough. Will Smith, and let's preface this by, I'm a huge Will Smith fan. Will Smith was dead fucking wrong for hitting that man. Will Smith was dead fucking wrong. No defense, no nothing. I don't care what happened in 2016 with the whole "you not invited" thing. I don't care what, we're going to get into my thoughts on this. My thoughts on this are going to probably get me in trouble because I have real thoughts on this whole process. But just in regards to this first question, Will was dead wrong for hitting that man. Dead wrong for hitting that man. That man is a comedian. That man was up there doing his job. That man was an innocent bystander in this whole thing. Now everybody might say, "Oh, well, the joke was disrespectful." It's only disrespectful if you in fact know that Jada has alopecia. Otherwise, you're moving around the room, you're cracking jokes on everybody in the room. Here's this woman, beautiful, muscular woman with a bald head. That's the first thing. I didn't think nothing of it because Demi Moore was like Jada's Pinkett Smith 15 years ago. So there really was no disrespect. It wasn't even like you were saying, yo, your wife looked like a man or whatever the case may be. Demi Moore's a beautiful woman. And that's what she, so it wasn't about that. For me, you only wrong, Chris Rock would only have been wrong had he known and poked fun at something knowingly that was as close to her heart as her alopecia and that. But the man said he ain't know what was going on. Tony said he ain't know. So I can't even condone what Will did, bro. Like we would still be fighting right now. Dead ass. We'll still be fighting right now to this very moment. We'll still be in that motherfucker. We'll be tussling. Nigga come up and open hand slap me, nigga. That's the ultimate sign of disrespect. If a nigga went up there and they was like, oh, let's bang out, and but this man open hand slapped this man. Come on, man. That's like for a joke, because he didn't know what was going on. So that's his number. And then somebody just said this shit. Will laughed. Will actually, if you saw the camera, he actually laughed before seeing Jada's reaction. So Jada's reaction is what made him go up. And that's when I go into my next diatribe. But we can answer this first.
Okay, so are you good? Because I want to jump in on this and then we'll get to the next question, or we'll go in general. Okay, I couldn't agree with you more. Let's start there. I couldn't agree with you more. I think Will Smith, Will Smith, this got to be bigger than that joke, right? I know 2016, Chris Rock stood on that same stage and he said some hurtful things. He said a joke that was below the belt about Jada, and he went hard on Will. Cool, you're a comedian. But here's my thoughts, right? I couldn't agree with you. That was the most softball. That joke was nothing. It was nothing. And the more and more I think about it, and I'm probably going to get in trouble for it, but I'll just say my real thoughts from my heart. Some people ain't good for each other. I don't know that Jada good for Will. This woman has been systematically and strategically putting this man in the worst freaking positions for the better part of the last 2 years. Since that red table, whatever crap came out,
right now. You stealing my thunder.
Rich, the woman has been. Now we know Rich ain't satisfied. Will ain't satisfying her in the bedroom. She done put that out there. This woman has gone on for the better part of 2 years, to the point I was like, yo, I don't even want to hear about the Smiths no more. Like, I'm such a huge Will Smith fan. Everybody telling me, Sean, you should read the book. I haven't gotten around to it because right around that time, I was learning so much about their relationship. I was sick to my stomach. I was like, I don't want to hear no more. So now, like you said, the man laughed at the joke. He turned around and he saw this woman who clearly has a problem with Chris. They have had pillow talk. She has sat around that house pissed off again and again and again, and brought this man so far out of character, brought this man so far out of this carefully crafted image that he has worked so hard to build up over the last 30 years in Hollywood, and do something that dumb because number one, he looked to his left and his wife is pissed off. But that just goes to show, Rich, women have such power over men. We clearly are the stronger, more physically, we're physically stronger as a sex.
Species, correct.
But women know how to work their men, and this woman knows how to work Will Smith. Period. This
So,
woman, I mean, everything from the freaking entanglement to like nigga, what was you doing to August? Like, where was this at? Like, at what point did you think it was okay on the biggest night in the world for Hollywood? And you are A-list star. Unbeknownst to you, 10 minutes later, you would receive that golden statue you've been trying to get for the last 30 years. Why would you ever think that that's the proper time to do what you did? I think two things. Number one, he's dead wrong. And number two, he needs to go to counseling and do some self-evaluation because I don't know that the woman is good for him. I really don't. I actually don't think that they're good for each other because if this is what this woman got you doing, then nigga, you got the wrong one. So hate me. I'm sure people gonna be going at me in the comments, but I'm just telling you. That's my thoughts on it. But go ahead.
Yo, you literally, you literally, nigga, you did not. You said everything that I was about to say. I literally was waiting. I literally was waiting since fucking Sunday night to have this conversation, and you literally just said everything I wanted to say. So fuck that. I'm going to say it anyway.
Go ahead. Do it in the Rich Dollar style.
Jada is the fucking devil. Period. Point blank. Period. She's emasculated this man for the last however many years. When quarantine came, the shit just got obscene. The amount, the shit that she was saying. Tupac is my first love. If Tupac was here, I wouldn't even be fucking with this clown. The entanglement, August writing record. Like, you have put this man under so much pressure and put this man in such a compromising position that his mental fucking state, and you are sitting here doing this. But this red table discussion shit, you are sitting here being a puppet master, right? And we all know that there's bones in the closet. So now this man
without a doubt
move. You can't even really move. Because if anybody know where the bones is buried, Jada know where the bones is buried. So now you can't even really move properly. Because now it becomes, if I ever piss her off to that point, this could go really, really left for me and my reputation and everything that stands for. From being part of that fucking cult that they are part of with Tom Cruise and then what's that shit called? Where they was giving up.
Oh, I didn't know Scientology.
Scientology.
They part of that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So, and then there's the discrepancies and the what we all know from the inside out, all that stuff going on. The problem is the reason I say she's the devil is because she did this, bro. She emasculated that man to the point that where that man looked over to her and understood what this was. He clearly understood what was going on. But when he looked to her and was like, oh.
Yo, Rich, I don't know. We can't hear you. Okay,
Now,
we can hear you now. Yes.
Okay. And was literally like this reaction. I have to react to this. I have to react to this. Because in his mind, if I don't do something, I'm going home tonight and it's a problem for me. Moving forward is a problem for me. And I don't know how. Do something. And that's why that man went on stage and did what he did. The ultimate, I guess, power play. I would say power play. I would say string dangling, I would say all of that. And that's why I say that Will was dead wrong in actions, but those actions were a consequence of the last 4 years of everything that he's been going through. Not to mention all the shit that's in the book with father and all. He's got deep-rooted issues. Will's got deep-rooted issues, and we never really paid attention to them, right? We've never really focused on Will Smith as anything other than the Fresh Prince, moving into the movies, and now he's Mike Lowry and all these other things. But the reality is, Will Smith, we never really, like, this is the perfect example of you don't know what people are thinking in their minds. You don't know what's going on in somebody's life. You see these celebrities and you think money and you think cars and you think fame and fortune and houses and trips and YouTube and all this stuff that people are doing. But motherfuckers really got problems in real life.
Yo, nigga, we can go down and play Dr. Phil if we want. But the real thing we need to be understanding, women, that there's a whole lot of power in that puss. It's as simple as that. Like that thing that y'all are sitting on, that thing that y'all got between your legs. Like, look, this is one of the most powerful men in Hollywood. And Jada don't weigh nothing but 94, 95 pounds.
I'm going to disagree with you there.
But she got this nigga so wrapped up. She got this dude. Like, you going to disagree with me on what part?
That the pussy part.
What else is it?
Sean, this, okay. Remember when
that box got that nigga crazy, Rich. I'm telling you.
I gave my mother this example yesterday. I said, remember when Corinne wrote the book? And Corinne Superhead wrote the book, and everybody wanted to fuck Corinne up. They wanted to beat Corinne ass. But you know what Corinne didn't do? You know what her saving grace was? She didn't go 100%. She only went 80. So every nigga that wanted to beat her up knew that there was 20% left in that motherfucking mind that wasn't out there to the world yet. That's what Will's dealing with right now. All these years of marriage, Jada's been doing the emasculating shit with this guy and that guy and Tupac and August and saying this and saying that. But you know what? There's more. There's more. And that's what he's dealing with right now. The fact that there's more. So as much as motherfuckers want to go crazy and say, oh my God, Jada did this, Jada did that, there's more. And you know who knows that there's more? Will and Jada. And you know who's on their best behavior? Because that more is probably, that 20% is probably way more than the 80. Will Smith. And that's what he's dealing with right now. The nigga goes on the road with a whole nother woman. The nigga's first son's mother lives with them. Everybody in Hollywood knows Jada don't like niggas. Jada like women. It ain't the box. Okay. Bro. It ain't the box.
I believe it's the box. I believe that chick. Okay, let me rephrase it. I'm not going to say it's just the box. I'm going to say women, if you know your power, I don't care how big the man is, man. The strongest man in the history of the world, Samson, was brought down by, this is biblical. He was brought down by Delilah. Like bottom line is, this woman, I don't think it's just she know where all the bones is buried. I don't. I think that this woman is in this man's head. There's dudes right now doing 100 years in jail, Rich, that got gassed up by some chick who came to them crying and talking about such and such looked at me wrong, or he did this to me, this, that, and the third, and the nigga needed to prove his bravado and went out there and shot somebody, killed a family, did whatever, and now he upstate doing 100 years, and this chick don't even write him. Some women just know how to work niggas, period. They got more power than they realize when it comes to dudes. And I think when it comes to that particular couple, they're not surviving for this many years for no reason. I think when it comes down to it, she just got his number, period. It's just that. Okay, and I got to move on because we got too much to cover this week. Okay. Do you understand what what type of control this woman must have over this man to make him stand up and go smack another A-list celebrity on a live telecast show. It was live in the middle of the show that the entire world watches. What can make you do something like that? I just think at the end of the day, this woman is bad for him. I think Will Smith needs some serious therapy, and he really needs to unpack, dig deep, and get beyond. He just talked about my wife. Because if it was just, yo, you saying that, yo, here's the deal, and we can keep it moving, but Chris Rock, a comedian, right? Everybody and their mother know. You go to a comedy club, don't sit in the front. Don't sit in the eye shot. That comes with the territory. If you sit somewhere where a comedian who's on that stage can see you, it's fair game. What makes you think that this man looking around the room is going, oh, I can't speak about her because she got alopecia? Are you kidding me? There's people with all kind of stuff that comedians go in on. It's jokes. And truth be told, that is why Dave Chappelle is Dave Chappelle. Because he was willing to stand up and say, yo, this is jokes. I'm going to go against the grain. So everybody loves Dave Chappelle for taking a stand, but he can't go against the alopecia crew. Are you kidding me? But anyway, let's keep it moving, man. I wanted to get to that second question because the woman asked, do you think it's okay for somebody, I'll get it right. Do you think it's okay to assault someone because they offended / insulted your girl or your wife? Answer it quick because we spent a long time on that Will Smith debacle.
Go ahead, I'm listening. Go ahead.
I just asked the question. This is more general. This is not Will Smith. Okay. She said, do you think it's okay to assault someone if they insult your wife or your girl?
I think depends. Yeah, if we talking from a street perspective, from a this could potentially lead to other things, and you need to nip this in the bud perspective. If this is some niggas that's disrespecting your wife on the way into the building, this is some man disrespecting your wife on the way to the on the way from the grocery store. Yeah, you might need to go out there and put your hands on somebody for your old lady, for your mother, for your sister, for whoever that might be. If somebody is out there and they disrespecting your family and they disrespecting your people, that shit could turn into something else. The Academy Awards, totally different scenario. Street life, you might need to go put your hands on somebody because the way this shit works in the real life, motherfuckers gonna do as much as you let them get away with. So if they borderline disrespecting your family, disrespecting your old lady, and she's not antagonizing or doing things that would provoke you. Like if your girlfriend spit on a nigga and he reacts and smack the shit out of her, you might have to fight that man, but you're definitely gonna go home and you're gonna have a conversation with your wife as well, right? Like that's my thing is that I'm always gonna ride for you in public. I'm always gonna ride for you in public. But if you wrong, that's a conversation we gotta have later. That goes for anybody. That's homeboys, girlfriends, anything. But in the big picture, I know many niggas that have fought for the honor of their woman because they needed to, because it was necessary, because you knew if tomorrow you didn't do this today, this shit was going to snowball and be worse, and it was going to get ugly, and you need to nip that shit in the bud, period.
Okay. I'll say it's a case-by-case situation. You talking streets, very different from being in an arena at the Oscars.
Correct.
Case-by-case thing. But for sure, somebody disrespecting your woman, I mean, you got to handle your business. We get it. I don't know. Talking about
before you even go there, I'll go one further. If Will Smith had got with Chris Rock at the Maxim party or the after party and all that other shit, and we heard about it on the news, then I would have said, you know what? That man defending his wife honor, they had a face-to-face, shit went left, these niggas banged out. The world wouldn't have nothing to say if that shit happened at the party afterwards. But where it happened and how it happened, there's no defense. But go ahead. That's what I have to say.
No defense. All right, we're going to keep it moving in. All right. Let's talk. I'm sure you saw this. We didn't get a chance to talk offline about this, but I was waiting for the show. Male contraceptive.
Oh, yeah.
Did you read about it?
Yeah.
99% effective.
Motherfuckers 23 years late, though.
99%.
You know, that's the only thing I can think in my mind is why these motherfuckers, this goddamn technology and these people come up with this shit 23 years late. No, and I'm not talking about Ashley and Taylor. I love them and I wouldn't do a thing differently. But just number one, let's be clear. This shit is gonna open up another bag of worms. Because if a man has a contraceptive, it's gonna kind of render condoms obsolete because niggas gonna be putting their dick on the crap table. That's a problem. Not having safe sex, like it ain't about the babies. It ain't always about just the baby, right? There's always about one night stands, sleeping with people who slept with other people, and you get what they got and everything like that. So in moving forward, that could be a bad situation. From the baby perspective, though, from the part where a man can just go ham and never have to worry about these problems. From that perspective, this is amazing. This is an amazing thing. But like I said, it's going to open up another thing. Like I can imagine that venereal diseases and sexual STDs and AIDS and all that kind of stuff is going to skyrocket because this is going to give niggas, this is going to give people the green light to stop protecting themselves the way they're supposed to. And it's going to lead to a bunch of careless sexual interaction. And because people already are feeling like modern technology and modern medicine has already kind of rendered that other stuff obsolete. Like you don't really hear niggas talk about crabs no more. Like that's the shit that happened when we were kids. Like crabs and gonorrhea and syphilis and that kind of stuff. Now it's mostly like AIDS and but you know, modern medicine is a shot in the ass. It ain't what it used to be. So now with this new contraceptive, I can see this is going to be a trying time for people with the careless behavior and in the post club sexual escapades.
Okay, you went somewhere a little different. All these high value men out here, we talk about them every week. The Tristan Thompsons of the world, dudes who are clearly getting taken advantage of. Women are sleeping with them in the hopes, get me pregnant, nigga. Like your track record is so disgusting. I know that there's a great chance that you're gonna get me pregnant. Do you think niggas like Tristan Thompson and all of them are gonna take these pills, or are they still gonna be reckless, hollering about she trapped me, hollering about, yo, you knew what it was, you know I got a family? Will these high value men, or I'm gonna call them high net worth men, that's the better way, high net worth men, will they actually start protecting themselves, or is it gonna be another excuse because they don't want to subject their body to whatever because who knows what this contraceptive is going to do to the insides? Like it's brand new. You know, I don't know if it's going to make niggas sterile. I don't know if dudes who formerly got snipped, you know, like they pissed off now. Yo, damn, like I actually got a vasectomy and I could have just took the pill. Like, what are these high net worth dudes gonna do? Are they gonna still blame the woman, or are they gonna buy into this?
First of all, real quick, for the people that keep saying Nick Cannon in the comments, please be very clear that Nick Cannon is very cognizant of every single kid that he's got. Not one of them kids is a mistake. Totally different conversation. Now, I would like to think I cannot ever, ever defend a man again if, in fact, this contraceptive comes out and you don't take advantage of it and you still are out here recklessly busting off in women talking about you know what it was. I cannot ever defend you again. You now have the power to eliminate all ulterior motives. Ulterior motives could now be eliminated with with access to this pill. So if you're out here and you're still being reckless and you're still doing what you do, you don't have nobody to blame except for yourself. You will blame Tristan and all these dudes that are out here that are reckless. This is your saving grace, my brother. And if you don't take advantage of it, you deserve, like right now, we argue about because we don't know the side, like you said, we don't know the side effects and what all that happens. So if it has issues, then men might not take it. In which case we're back to square one. But if this thing is legitimate and it's only, and it works and it doesn't give you any kind of crazy side effects or anything, we can never sit on the boys club. We can never, as the boys club, defend another man and say that he got trapped, she did him dirty, any of those things. Because, like I said, you now have the power to make sure that everything is in your hand. Like right now, you don't have that power. Women are stealing condoms out the bathtub, out the garbage can. This is crazy shit going on, right? So, like, those are isolated incidents of what's going on in the world. Women are acting like they on the pill and they baiting niggas, and niggas are silly and still doing what they do inside of women, taking her word for it until 9 months later, now you on child support and you giving away $70,000 a month for some stupid shit. But the reality is this: you now have the power, if this pill is everything that they say it is, and there's no way in hell we could ever defend you if in fact you still out here acting and moving recklessly.
I mean, I agree with you, Rich. Truthfully speaking, everybody was hitting us this week. Male contraceptive, 99% effective. What do you think about that? I think it's a great thing. I think it's a great thing because as a man, we have been dealing with the same tired rhetoric from women, and they've been dealing with the same tired rhetoric from us for years. A woman said, you lay down with me and you knew what can happen. And the dude said, you knew what it was. I told you what it was. But the difference is we lose control the minute we bust. It's in God's hands at that point. If this woman gets pregnant, we as men have no control. So if this is a jump off, if this is a late night smash, if this is just a chick who just been hanging around and one day she just catch you on one of them days and you like hit and you like, my God, you pregnant? Of all people, like we ain't even talked since that night. And 3 months later, you calling me talking about I'm pregnant? Men had zero control in the matter. So for me, for any man who's out there moving reckless, if he does not get on this pill, I don't care if you are worth 7 figures or you unemployed. And if you're unemployed, you got even more reason to be on this pill because you can't afford a baby if the woman got pregnant to begin with. But the bottom line is, I think it's a great thing. I'm just wondering if these knucklehead dudes are going to be mature enough. Because, see, here's the deal, Rich. A man is so quick to blame a woman and put the responsibility on the woman. I thought you was on the pill. You knew I didn't want it. You knew what it was. Now, guess what, man? You're in control. But are you going to be mature enough, just like the women, to get up and take that damn pill every single day? Or are you going to talk about when I take it, I feel a little off. It made me put on weight. I put on weight. I was a little sluggish. Like, are you going to be coming with the same tired excuses and still telling her you trapped me? So I think it's a good thing. Just so we clear on where Sean stands. I think that it puts control back in the hands of men. But I am very, very concerned that a lot of men are not mature enough because they're only thinking below their waist, that they're not mature enough to do the right thing and to take this pill on a daily basis. And like you said, if a woman come up pregnant and she taking you to court for $100,000 a month, you got to eat it. There's no way Sean Prez, Rich Dollars can sit on this program and defend you ever again.
Nope. And like you said, it's all about responsibility, bro. That's it. Bottom line, it's about responsibility. You want to control your narrative. This is what men have been arguing about, is that we want to control our own narrative. Nobody else. I don't want you to have power over me. I don't want you to be able to make decisions without me. This is essentially giving you as much power as a woman in this scenario. Now, obviously, once she's pregnant, then you lose that. But this is giving you a chance for that never to ever happen. If in fact 99.9%, you know what I'm saying? If this is what it is, man, you have no excuses, men, fellas, you have no excuses. If Rich Dollars, if this pill was available some years ago, there would have been a lot of nights that I would have slept a lot better. This shit, and you know me, Sean, I'm waking up, I'm going to the kitchen, let's go, baby, pop my pill, drink my orange juice, and I ain't worried about nothing else for the rest of the day. But this would have been like, this eliminates that whole, oh my fucking God, what did I just do? And every day.
And every man has been there. Every man. I don't care. And ladies, yes, we're talking about your man, the nice guy, that dude that you swear ain't never did nothing. That nigga woke up. No, he didn't even wake up. That nigga bust and was like, what the hell did I do?
The nigga rolled, the nigga bust and rolled over off you. And in his mind, on his way to the bathroom to wipe, believe me, he was thinking, oh my fucking God. And until he called you and said, babe, you want to come over? And you said, oh, I can, I'm on my cycle. Until that day, that nigga was like, everything you said, yo, my head hurt. Oh my God. Oh my God, my stomach. Oh my God. He hit you on the phone and said, yo, what you doing tonight? And you was like, oh my God, my cramps, I got my period. That nigga was like this. Yes. Yes. So you can't come over. Babe, no problem. As a matter of fact, you need orange juice? You need ibuprofen? What you need? That's the day.
That's the day. That is the day. All right, so we're gonna get to some audience questions. We got about another 20 minutes before we officially bring the audience in. But these are audience who DM'd us with some questions. All right. Mm-hmm. Okay. So a woman asked. She says, "So I've known a guy since about 11 or 12 years of age. I'm now 41, but he sees me as that little girl. And here's why I say that. Once we became young adults, he moved on with his life and got married and had 2 kids. I now have 2 kids by someone else. We reunited after he was in a marriage for 10 years, but he's now divorced. It's been 4 years since he's been divorced. I was a friend listening to him vent about his ex-wife's mishaps, but now I'm sick of listening. You can't say you want to be with me and still talk about a thing from the past. I told him to go to counseling because he's damaged goods, and I'm tired of hearing about that lady. My question is, can a man genuinely want to be with a woman, but he's still talking about the past and his ex-wife?
Two-part question. If a nigga keep talking about his ex-wife, that's a red flag. But investigate, because just like women, men have triggers as well. So just like my triggers, I'm gonna be honest. We've had this conversation many times. My triggers, child support. It's about men being taken advantage of and stuff like that. So if that conversation ever comes up, I'm going into a fucking soliloquy that's beyond anybody's comprehension. And you're gonna be looking at me like, oh my God, right? But it's a trigger for me. So past relationships, people have triggers. And those triggers might bring up a previous girlfriend because she was the one that made that trigger. So now, with that being said, you got to move forward. We always tell women they need to heal. You need to heal. Don't bring that last relationship into the new relationship. Easier said than done. But if a man refuses to let go of previous relationships, previous triggers, and he's always talking about his ex and what they did or what she did and da-da-da, that's a red flag, and you need to move on. Because not only is he keep talking about this previous woman or this previous man in the man's case, but it's letting you know that he is not over that scenario. He's not over that situation. He's still feeling away, which means he's still hurt. Hurt people hurt people. So you would want to adhere to that red flag and be like, yo, homeboy, I understand what you're saying, but you need to get over it. And until you get over it, we need to move the fuck on. I need to move on from you, because I'm not gonna be bombarded with this situation every time you bring up this woman every single day of our relationship. I can't continue like this. We're moving forward. And if you're moving, nobody wants to hear about the ex. Good, bad, or indifferent. Nobody wants to hear about the last motherfucker you was with. Nobody. Whether you trashing her or whether you giving her accolades or whatever the case may be, unless there's a baby involved and y'all are co-parenting, leave that last relationship where the fuck it is, and that's in the past. Nobody moving forward wants to hear about the previous bitch or the previous dude, nigga, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about that. And if the nigga keep doing it, that's a red flag. That's a red flag, because clearly that shit is still occupying his brain. That shit is still occupying his space.
Okay, fair enough. I agree with you mostly. Because I really had to think about this when the woman wrote in. If you get with somebody and they are fresh out of a bad relationship, kind of comes with the territory, right? It does. You can expect, if Rich Dollars is, like you said, child support is that's a trigger for you. So you can expect, if you just got smacked with a crazy child support number and it's been 2, 3, 4, 6 months, that's going to be top of mind, right? So whatever this man went through with his ex, she get with him 6 months, 4 months, it's going to be top of mind. I wouldn't look at it as a red flag. I look at it as a red flag because she said the man been divorced for 4 years. 4 years of being out of a situation. I don't care what that woman did to you. I don't care what that man did to you. I'm sure you're going to have some nights when you talk about it. I'm sure there's going to be some triggers that bring it up. I'm sure that you're going to talk to your new girl or your new guy and get their perspective from time to time. But the way you know somebody is over their ex is they don't care anymore. It is old news. It is, I don't wish bad on them. I don't wish good for them. They are just somebody I used to know. In the story, I got dogged out. I got done wrong, this, that, and the third. I'm with you now. It's a new chapter. What that woman do, I don't give a crap. She can literally come, open her legs, and let the next man hit it in front of me. I could care less. It wouldn't bother me. That's when you know you are over somebody. So for me, I would have had a very different reaction to this. But when I read that the man has been divorced for 4 years, to the woman, and I won't say your name out of respect, but to the young lady who wrote in and asked this question, number one, it's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
But you are confusing because she said she thinks he still looks at her as a little girl because they met each other when she was 11 years old. Nah, you got it wrong. That nigga is still in an entanglement with his ex, period. So even though he might want to move on and he might want you, you are setting yourself up for a bad situation. You are setting you, because you even told him you're damaged, go get counseling. I'm tired of hearing about this woman. If it is like that for you now, that ain't gonna change because you and this man become intimate. It ain't gonna change because if you ever become his girl, he's got to get that woman out of his system. And it goes in reverse. The same thing for dudes. There's a lot of women who come into these situations with baggage, and they come into these situations and they talk about their exes and this, that. Yo, you're not over this nigga. Go back with him. I can't talk about this no more. And you would be fair to say that. So for the young lady who wrote into us, honestly, I do think your man need counseling. He damn near need to get back with his ex-wife. Because if she is still consuming his thoughts after 4 years, he ain't over that. She might be over him, but he ain't over her. And that's facts.
The scary part is that if somebody still is obsessed to the point where you getting uncomfortable with the conversation, the amount of conversations that they have, that nigga got a sickness. Like, if he's still having this conversation 4 years later, obsessed with this woman 4 years to the point that you feel a way about it, that he got bigger issues than a relationship. That's some stalker shit. That's some obsessive behavior. Like, that's crazy a little bit. 4 years? That's a long time to be away from somebody for you to still have them in the front of your cerebral cortex. That's, that's a little bit crazy. But, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, I think honestly, if y'all haven't crossed that line, if you haven't slept with this man, if even if he's the nicest guy in the world, you've been knowing him since you were 11, 12 years old, I think you will be hurting yourself. You will be hurting yourself if y'all get into a relationship. Real talk. 4 years later, it's one thing. It's okay. It's one thing. You said child support is a trigger, right? If she's in a relationship with Rich Dollars and you every month that you got to cut that check that you could be using in y'all's new relationship, and you go on a diatribe about your ex-wife is killing me and I know she ain't using the money for my kid. How am I spending this kind of money? I actually gave her the house and I got to pay. She on top of it. My kid ain't even in school. Got it. That's fair. That is fair. But if you having that discussion 30 days out of a 31-day month, something is wrong. Now, if you having that discussion 3 days leading up to you writing that check, a day or two after that check leaving your account, and you can't take your new woman out, you can't take her on vacation. She want to go and eat at a restaurant, but you can't afford to do it. Meanwhile, you look on Instagram and your ex is at your favorite restaurant, the restaurant you used to go to with her new man.
Are you trying
and you know she paying the bill. You got every reason in the world to be pissed off.
Are you trying to trigger me right now?
No, I'm not trying to trigger you, Rich. Rich, you off. You good.
Nah, but no.
You're free.
But for real, I agree with you. For me to beat
Okay,
you up,
fair
for
enough.
me to beat you up 30 days, that's not fair. I'm doing you a disservice. But for you to have to hear me for 2 days, that's kind of what
That's
relationships
fair.
are all about.
Yep.
That's kind of me acknowledging that you my rock. You the person that I go to with these problems, so I can talk to you. So I expect that there's going to be a dialogue. But for me to beat you up for 30 days about that would be unfair to you, and I would expect that you wouldn't tolerate that.
Yep.
As a woman. Shout out to Sabrina Paul. I see Sabrina Paul's in the room. Sabrina, what's up? Me and Sabrina had a good conversation today. I think we're going to bring her on when the questions open up, if she's still around.
Okay. Done deal. Okay, we're gonna ask one more question, and then we're gonna go to our audience. Audience, y'all know this is the part of our show where we let you in to ask questions. We have very, very specific rules. Number one, you must be in an area with good lighting. Number two, you must be looking into the camera. We do not speak into blank screens. Number three, you must have very, very good Wi-Fi or cellular system. Do not reach out to us if you know you're in a bad area. And lastly, you must have a question. We don't want, and the reason why it's so important that y'all have a question, because y'all are women. And there's a lot of women who are going through the same things that you're going through. And by you asking a question, you are helping them, because there's so many people who try to get in week over week. We can't get to everybody. So if you are fortunate enough to get through, come through, be serious, answer real questions. Okay? So here's the last question.
So we just not going to talk about, okay, go ahead. What you finna ask?
Hold on, go ahead. We're not going to talk about what?
So we just not going to talk about Black China?
You know, I wasn't, but go ahead. You bring it up. I think it's necessary. I was trying to get to audience questions, but go ahead.
I'm going to make it quick.
Go ahead.
I'm so glad that the men spoke up. I'm so glad that Tiger...
No, hold on. For people who don't know what's going on, educate them.
For people who don't know what's going on, Black China went on Instagram or Twitter and basically said that she had to give back 3 of her cars. And then she said the reason she had to give those cars back is because she's a good woman with morals and scruples, and she's also a single mother with no support. So now you're creating a narrative. That's if anybody was to read that, you would think that, wow, she got a baby by Tiger, the king of OnlyFans, right? Oh my gosh, she got a baby by Rob Kardashian. Wow. Why in a million years would China not be getting support? They chimed in later on and was like, Rob said, I got my baby from Tuesday to Saturday and paid $37,000 a year for school, all medical expenses and everything else. Why would you get child support? So Tiger responds to him and says, I pay $40,000 a year for schooling with all the medical, and I got my baby from Monday to Saturday. Why would you get child support? Bottom line is, I ain't finna sit here and trash China. I love China, that's the homie. But to create these narratives, that's what all this shit has been. For me, it's always been such a problem that the women will create a narrative that's not 100% correct, love. Like, if that man got that baby more than you, why would you want child support? Like, just because he's a man, he's supposed to pay for your 3 days when he got the baby for the other 4? Like, or in this case, 5 and 2, 6 and 1? Like, come on. Like, don't get on this social media and create these narratives. When people, and this is everything in life. When people do things, like child support was created for good. Like, all these, the PPP loans was created for good. Welfare is created for good. But people take advantage of these things. What's that thing the women had? What's the thing, Prez, the last
Wick?
Huh?
Wick?
No, the last thing that the women been having, like when they've been like workplace and being talked crazy to, and I can't remember.
It don't matter. Go ahead.
But all those things are done for good. All those things were done for good. But when you take advantage of them and you create narratives, and what you're doing is you're creating a situation where women or men or whatever this was given for, then now they have to take it away, or they have to change the narrative on it. They have to change how it's given, because Me Too, the Me Too movement. So if women are in the workplace and you are really being attacked or made to feel uncomfortable, or men are doing shit to you that they shouldn't be doing. But when women start acting like that because you're mad about something, you taint the whole Me Too movement. You taint the whole welfare system. You taint the whole PPP when people are stealing with no employees and all that kind of stuff. That's what happens. And the narrative has to be seen, and people have to see that. So stop, like, all I'm saying is stop doing that. Stop doing that. Stop trying to create these narratives on social media and in the world because you want some attention, you want people some sympathy, you feel like you can get something out of it, because you're really fucking up the process. Not only are you fucking up the process, but you fucking with somebody's life. Desean Watson is on trial right now, civil, for 22 suits, 22 different civil suits from these women. 23 juries have said that there is not enough evidence to go to criminal trial. If you don't know who Desean Watson is, he's a quarterback in the Houston Texans. He now plays for the Cleveland Browns and just got a $240 million guaranteed contract. With that being said, me knowing the way that this world works, I cannot undeniably, unequivocally say that Desean Watson is guilty of 22 cases when these women are trying to get money. I cannot say that. And it's good. And people, and I know it's not the political thing to say, and I know it's not the right thing to say in some cases, but I have been around enough people that I can say that 22 cases, civil, 23 cases, because one of the women didn't ask for no money, were not able to go to trial because there was no evidence. I am not going to convict this man because these women are creating a narrative. All have the same lawyer, Sean. All have the 22 women with the same lawyer. China did a disservice to women today. And I'm so glad that the men spoke up, because had it not gone down, she would be looking at like she was the strongest mother in the whole wide world, taking care of these 2 children without any help. When it really the truth comes out, and it comes to find out that the boys got the kids more than you do. So now how can we, in all honesty, say that Desean Watson is guilty? How can we, in all honesty, say that every single woman that comes out now is telling the truth? How can we, in all honesty, say that, and this is the way for PPP loans and everything that you do in life, anything that people take advantage of, anything that people do for good, people will take advantage of. And as long as people are taking advantage of it, then there will be times when people get turned away because of some bullshit that other people did, or because we're creating a narrative right now. We're creating a narrative. And once said narrative is created, motherfuckers cannot ever go against that. So don't get mad when they look at black people as animals when Will Smith is smacking motherfuckers at the Academy Awards. And all these white comedians are coming out talking about, I'm triggered. Bill Maher and this one and that one. Don't get mad when people are saying that women lying on men, when Black China just said that she got her kids and she had to give away cards because she ain't got no support, when come to find out those men have the babies more than she do. Don't get mad when Desean Watson gets a $240 million contract from the NFL, even though he got 22 civil suits, when just in the last 3 years, 7 women in the NFL have lied. Doesn't mean that there's a lot of niggas in the NFL that are doing grimy shit. And I'm not going to sit here and say Desean Watson ain't pull his dick out on somebody. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And if there's 22 motherfuckers saying it, maybe he pulled it out 22 times. Maybe he pulled it out 3. But the fact of the matter is, nothing in this world ever, ever, ever is foolproof anymore. And until people start to understand that and treat every situation separately, then don't get mad when the motherfucker lump you with some bullshit. My anger wasn't that there were men that didn't do what they're supposed to do with their children. My anger was that there was a bunch of men that did. And this has come up more than once, where courts have been gone backwards and said, oh, we were wrong. Oh, we were wrong. So if you have admitted your wrongs, then you must fix the problem. That's all I've ever said. Fix the fucking problem. And if Desean Watson pulled his dick out on 22 women, nigga, pay them. Because clearly that's what they want, because it's a civil suit. It's not even, there was no evidence to make it a whatchamacallit, so it's civil. So they want their money. So if you pulled your dick out on 22 of them, then you owe whatever 22 times what they want equals. But if you didn't, you should be exonerated. In the same energy that motherfuckers got screaming your name and talking about how you got a new contract and how they hated that you got a new contract and how that contract is so shitty and the NFL ain't shit, they need to smile. They need to smile and give you that same energy that they gave you now. That's all I ask. That's all I ask in moving forward. There go my diatribe for the week.
Okay. So, can I go?
Sure.
Okay. I got 2 things. We're light on time. Number one, I'm gonna say, unless this woman, and I don't know Black China, I don't know what she does for a living, but unless this woman is making enough money to be able, and I want to get my words right, to be able to afford 3 cars, I have no earthly idea why she would need 3 cars to begin with, except to ball, except to live beyond her means. And now she got ahead of the story because she knew it was going to come out that her cars was repossessed. And like you said, she tried to create a narrative. But that's the problem, and this is bigger than her, and I'm gonna keep mine short. People's egos, man, it's people's egos are ridiculous. Just get the cars back. So what? If you got to drive a Nissan Maxima, drive a Nissan Maxima and be Mother of the Year. That's respectable. Having to give back 3 luxury cars, should have did that anyway. But that's number one. But number 2, Rich, and I say this with love, and I'm not even joking. When people display the type of passion that you have for this subject, they change laws and they can actually change the world. I really think you have a serious passion in a good way for a lot of issues that men are complaining about. I don't know if you need the right Congress, your legislation, but you got something there. And I know week over week we get into this type of stuff, but there has been laws changed by mothers with your same type of energy about all of these different topics. You might be able to take your passion and actually do some good with it. So when we get offline, you might really want to think about that, because you're not wrong. For sure, you're not wrong. But that's the kind of fire that it takes to change laws and to change the world. You might really want to use it in that direction. But
One more thing before
let's
one more thing before we go.
go ahead.
Woman comes out. This is my mic drop right here. Woman comes out, says that Chris Brown drugged her in Miami at Puff's house on a boat. People tore Chris up, destroyed Chris for weeks. He goes in his phone, finally finds his old voice memo. Stupid girl forgot she got a voice memo. Voice memo is, best time I ever had, daddy. Love you to death. You're the greatest. Same woman that was suing him said that he drugged her and took advantage of her on the bed. She woke up woozy on Puff's boat somewhere. Lies. Blatant lies. Her lawyer quit. Everybody quit. So all I'm saying is that in moving forward, and you're right, Sean, because I'm absolutely motivated to do what you just said. But all I'm saying is that don't get mad when people don't believe you. When you are out here, and I'm talking generally, I'm talking as a macro, not a micro. You are out here, and women are out here lying. Don't get mad when you're not trusted. Don't get mad when Desean Watson gets $240 million after the court say that we can't take this to court because of no criminal. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We can move on, man. I don't want to beat everybody up with this shit every single week. But you're right, and it may
it's something you're passionate
when we get off the line.
Yeah, it's something you're passionate about.
Huh?
It is something that you're passionate about. And when you have that kind of fire for something, you need to put it in the right direction. You'd be surprised. You could literally become the voice that so many men don't have. You could literally become the voice that changes the way things are done. So don't underestimate and just take for granted the fact that this is a trigger and I'm just this passionate about it. Is justified passion. Use it in the right direction.
Facts. Agreed.
Okay, let's get some callers in here.
All right, let's do it. So, did you give everybody the rules of engagement?
Yes, I did.
All right. So let's start with, today we can go with Sheila Deutsch. I feel like you've been in here before, love. Christar Music. Hope she don't get on here rapping. Christar Music. No Christar Music? All right. Roxy Scales. Roxy Scales. Are you in the room? Over 2. Michelle Williams. Michelle Williams. I feel good about you, Michelle Williams. Where you at? I thought I felt good about you, Michelle. Wait. Can we turn the lights on? Can we? All right. Kimberly Bell. Kimberly Bell. Sean. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
thank you.
Actually, okay, don't mind the rose. I just did my hair.
That's fine.
So I have a question.
Shoot.
What's your name? What's your name?
Oh, sorry. My name's Kim
From where?
from Dallas.
Nice to meet you, Kim from Dallas.
What's up, D-Town?
Hey. So my question is, so I've been dating this guy off and on for about 8.5 years. A little backstory is that he's like 25 years my senior or whatever, and I'm 28. But we met at our job as a bartender. And
so he's 53. You're 28 and he's 53.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And so we recently like broke up and he still wants to be friends. And it's like, for me, I feel like we shouldn't be friends because if we have no intention on being together, then it's like, what's the point of us being friends, you know?
What's your question?
So my question is like, why would a guy want to be friends with somebody after like y'all broken up? Like, what's the purpose of it?
It's a good question. Um, before we get into the answer, do you mind us asking why did y'all break up? You said you've been off and on for 8 years or so. Why break up
Yeah.
now?
Well, he said that, you know, we just don't work as a couple because like in the past when I was younger, I still wanted to be single. And then like he wanted to be single at one point, but we were still seeing each other and it just wasn't working out. So, but he says he wants to just solely be friends. He's just not interested in friends with benefits. We've done that before. It doesn't work out. One of us gets jealous or whatever. So now it's just like he just wants to just be friends.
Okay. Here's what I'll tell you, and Rich, I'll tackle it first, then you can jump in. I'm not gonna go. Why do men want to be friends? I'm not gonna answer that question. I'll answer that second. Okay. I would tell you if you are not comfortable being friends for whatever the reason, if you, Kimberly, are not comfortable being this man's friend because you know in your heart we're not getting back together, or you know I still want you, but I can't be with you, whatever Kimberly's reasons are, don't be his friend.
Okay.
Period. You're in control of Kimberly. You can't control him, but you can control you. And if your heart will not, cannot allow you to be this man's friend for whatever the reasons, don't. That's first and foremost, number one. And a man can want to be friends for a number of reasons. Number one, he might still want to smash. Like that's the obvious. But
Right.
this is a 53-year-old man. I don't know this man from Adam, but maybe he's mature enough to understand just because we ain't together, we don't have to be enemies. We can still be friends. I don't have nothing against you. We didn't break up because you cheated. We didn't break up because I cheated. It just didn't work. So I still love you as a person and I still want to be in your life, even if I'm being in your life as a friend. And as a 53-year-old man, I would expect that that's the way he thinks if he is a mature, grown 53-year-old man. But even with that being said, I would still tell you the same thing. If it doesn't work for Kimberly, don't do it. It's as simple as that. Rich?
No, I agree with Sean. I think that you have to follow, like, number one, if he's 53, I would like to say that he's grown and mature and doesn't want to leave things on a bad level. Like, you guys might move in the same circles, you guys might know some of the same people. How long were you guys together?
For like 8.5 years.
All right, so 8.5
We were
years, you
together
guys
like
have.
the first 3 years we were together, and then like we broke up for like maybe like 6 months, and then tried friends with benefits. That didn't work. Got back together. Then he cheated, and then we broke up again, and then we got back together like off and on. We were like hanging out, and then we've been together this last go around for like the last 8 months. But we recently broke up like 2 weeks ago,
All
and now
right.
he wants to be friends, and I'm just like, I don't know if I can do that.
So and I understand what you're saying. I
Yeah.
understand your perspective about not wanting to put yourself in that position where you're friends with somebody and it might be feelings might come out and you guys are now it becomes some messy shit, right? So just to steer
Right.
clear of that, sometimes it's better to walk away. So just be cognizant of that. Sometimes it is absolutely better to walk away. But after 8.5 years of being in each other's lives, you guys probably have a lot of mutual. When I say mutual, I mean situations, friends, scenarios, clubs, hookah bars, restaurant. Like, you guys could bump into each other at any given moment. So in his mind,
That's
he's
true.
like, I'd like this to be amicable, where I can see her out, we say what's up, we give each other a hug, and it's a friendship thing, and I can move on, and I don't have to be worried about bumping into you in that awkward moment or friends, and you know, it just gets messy. So I would like to think that at 53 years old, that's his mentality. You've already said that friends with benefits didn't work. So I would like to think that at 53 years old, he's not trying to still revisit that same dumb shit that didn't already work in the past, right?
Right.
So all I can say from his perspective and speaking on his behalf is that he probably just wants an amicable relationship to where if he sees you out, he can give you a hug, he can, you know, and y'all are still cool, and y'all can still even maybe talk on the phone or something like that, and it all works out for the good. But if it's not something that you're ready for, don't subject yourself to it. You just say, yo, listen, if I see you out, it's cool. No hard feelings, but I don't want to be your friend, man. I don't want to be your friend. There's no reason for you to call me. There's no reason for me to call you, because it's going to help. It's going to keep me from moving on. I need to move on. That's the most important thing for you right now, is putting that relationship in the rearview mirror and moving on.
But can I say one thing before we jump? This man 53, right? You said you 28.
Yep.
And you've been dealing with this man for 8.5 years, which means you've been dealing with him since you was 19 and a half or something like that.
Yeah.
I would tell you anyway, it's probably not good for you at this, like, y'all remaining friends, it worked for him. But for you, it's time for you to grow up, baby girl. Like this man has been with you for so much of your adult existence. At this point, you might really want to go out and just experience life. Go out and date. Go out and meet some people. Because truth of the matter is, he done had that opportunity long before he met you.
Right.
And if in any way you being a friend to him, I know it might work for him. And I'm a big advocate of, when you break up with people, it don't have to be beef. We don't have to be enemies. That's corny. The truth of the matter is, that man lived. You need to go out and live. And if you know in your heart that you over this man, maybe y'all will pick up and be friends 3, 4, 6 years down the road. But for now, Kimberly need to go out and live her life free of this man you've been with for you've been with him since you was a teenager. Go live. All right? I hope that helps you, girl.
Thank you.
All right, Kim.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Okay.
I like Kimberly. Kimberly came on, like, I was worried for a second, but Kimberly is very, very mature for that. She came on. She had them rollers in her hair, but she was very mature.
You made a good point. And I see the comments. I didn't really add the ages up. This dude was 45.
Oh yeah.
This dude was 45 when she was 21, bro.
Like that dude lived. That dude lived. And Rich, I'm gonna tell you, if they was the same age, I'd be the first one to say, yo, be friends. Like y'all don't have, like, I don't believe in that you gotta be enemies crap. That's corny. Like people were like, yo, I can't be friends. If we broke up, we gotta be in, like, that's nah. Like, why would you even want that stress in your life?
Exactly. Facts.
But for him, like, he done live. Let that girl live. Who we got, Rich? Who's coming in?
Sabrina. There she is.
Hey.
What's up, mama?
Y'all got all these rules. Is my lighting okay?
Your lighting is perfect. What up,
Y'all
Sabrina?
had a lot of rules. I was like, oh, shoot, let me get out the car. Let me turn some lights on. I'll be honest. My question has changed from the beginning of
No,
the
no.
show.
Hold on. Where you coming in from? Where you coming in
I'm in
from?
I'm in Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, and you're Sabrina, right?
I am the one and only.
Very nice to meet you. Go ahead, girl.
Nice to meet you too. Okay, so like I was saying, my question has changed from initially what I wanted to talk about and listening to the show this entire time. But my question to you guys is it's a little rhetorical for me, but because I want to hear you guys' perspective on it. But I believe that a lot of men are no longer pursuing women. They don't really know how to date, and they're lacking chivalry, right? So my question is, what do you think it's going to take for men to get back into that space of pursuing women, learning how to date, courting women, and wanting to practice chivalry?
Sean, you can start first.
Excellent question. Oh, you want me to start?
Yes, sir.
I saw you. I saw you
And
like
can
this.
I add like a caveat on that, because I am consistently being told that I'm asking for too much. I'm not doing all of that. Why I gotta do that? Why can't you just chill? These are the things, the disclaimers that I get in my life. And I feel like anytime I lower my standard, I am only, being less of who I really am. So go ahead. I'll let you guys talk.
Okay, this is an easy question for me.
Okay.
You asked, and let me make sure I got your question right. What is it going to take for men to be real men, to be chivalrous, to take a woman out, to treat a woman like a woman, right? To want to date again, court. Do
Yes.
I have your question correct?
Yes.
It is going to take women change. Your problem is not the men. It is
Correct.
other women.
It's our fault.
It is y'all's fault whether you want to believe this or not, because every woman has made it clear. Well, I'm not going to say every woman, but scroll through social media, turn on the TV, listen to the girls in the beauty salons. You know what's important to them? It ain't dating. It ain't that this man opens a door for me. It is, what can he buy me? Can I get a Birkin bag? Can I get red bottoms? What can I get out of this nigga? They have made it clear that what they value is what a man can bring to the table. And in return, I'm going to get breast implants. I'm going to get the fattest butt you ever seen. I am going to go on the gram and have millions of followers. This way you can be, oh, I'm with that chick. So for dudes, from a man's standpoint, women has messed the game up. Women have completely changed the narrative. So when they get to a woman like you,
Okay.
you got to remember they've been through 30 other women that what you want don't matter. They are looked at as lames, as simps, as nigga. You got this twisted. That thing I'm sitting on, what are you willing to pay for it? But I see Rich. Go ahead, Rich. I don't.
So listen.
Okay, wait. Real quick before you say something, Rich. Because yes, I had a conversation with Rich earlier, and I literally admitted it's the female's fault, right? Us women have allowed so many different things that the standards are low. So when a man meets a woman like myself and her standard is high, why not just rise to the occasion instead of saying, oh, never mind, she's doing too much, let me go back over here? What is it about that man that doesn't want to put the work in, that doesn't see the value in having a woman like that by his side?
Okay. See, I don't know how old you are, and I won't even
I am
ask.
34. I will be 35 in a
Okay.
month.
Okay.
I've
and
been
I
divorced.
love your
I've been
background.
married. I've done the thing. Okay, trust me.
Okay. I love your background, by the way. You came prepared. You look
Oh,
like you're
thank
in the
you.
studio right now.
It's my bedroom.
But you say, why can't a man rise to the occasion? Look, look. A 26-year-old man was born in 1996. Do you know what the world has been like since 1996? And that 26-year-old man was born to a 17, 18, 19-year-old mother. And guess what her values were? And guess what her values are today? So when you say, why can't you rise to the occasion? Because my mother taught me this. It ain't just society. That young mother who had me when she was 17, 18, 19, and I done came up in the era of social media, and now I'm 25, 26, 27. I don't know no different. So rise to the occasion for me means something completely different than it does to you.
Well, I wasn't even referring to the 20-year-old men because I don't see them. They're
I
children.
said 20, I said 26 for a reason.
Well,
I didn't want to
20s,
go that low.
20s are super low for me. Even men in their 30s and 40s are still lacking just basic principles of dating and courting. It's disgusting for me. It's exhausting. And I've had friends that say, like, girl, just catch the Uber and go see him and then figure it out when you get there. I'm not doing that. He's going to come pick me up or I'm not going, period.
Go
And
ahead, Rich. And nor should you. Nor should you.
I'm not doing it.
I'm on your side. I'm on your side, but I'm answering
Go
your
ahead,
question.
Rich, because he a
Go ahead,
problem
Rich.
too.
Sabrina's my baby. So just so y'all know, that's Beck, right? So now, with that being said, we had this conversation earlier, which is why I felt it was important for you to come on tonight, and which is why it was even more important for me that I didn't tell you anything, Sean. That's why I didn't tell you we got Sabrina Paul coming on tonight, blase, because I wanted her to hear your perspective without any kind of influence or anything from me. She heard the raw, uncut Sean Press, who is not me. But you said exactly what I said this afternoon.
Are you serious?
You said exactly what I said this afternoon on the telephone.
But
Yeah,
no one
it's the
has
truth.
said when they'll get back to it. Nobody has said that because I can't
When
wait
y'all
on
get back to it.
But here's the deal.
I can't wait on the social media girls to stop being them for a man to then realize who I am.
But you have to understand this. Once the narrative is created, people follow the trend. And we have this conversation every week. And I know this is your first time on, but we have this conversation every week. Once the precedent has been set in the bags, in the watches, and whatever Future's doing out there, all my girls got Breitlings or whatever he got, whatever they got, APs. Once that becomes the norm, people follow that norm. You, my dear, are now the minority. So for somebody to go and say Sabrina wants A, B, C, and D, this is the things that you want that don't have anything to do with any of that other stuff. You're the minority. So it would be easier for people, for men, to go out there and follow into the other direction. Because that's what everybody seems to want. So if everybody seems to want that, I'm going to go and play the percentages. I'm playing the percentages with this. So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to offer with the next motherfucker. Everything is transactional with people these days. Everything is transactional. And that's no way to have a relationship. Me and Sean sit on this thing every day and we say that we laugh at them niggas. You know why we laugh at them niggas? For the exact reasons you just said. For the exact reasons you said to me on the phone today. Those dudes who lead with finances are showing you that they have no game. They have no substance. They have no personality. If they lead with money, it's because that's the easiest way to get to the end result without having to actually show you anything. With that, you're a minority because you expect more from a dude than that. You expect more from somebody than that. So now you're the minority. So then he's looking at you and he's like, oh shit, I didn't expect that. That came out of nowhere. So now you're upset, you're annoyed. He's looking at it like, I don't even know how to figure this out because I'm in a foreign territory right now. I'm in the fucking Vietnamese Congo somewhere. I don't know how to fight this war. I'm not in America.
So basically I'm doomed. I'm such a minority that
no, you're not doomed. But understand that the majority, like, okay, so the difference between obviously we all know the difference between majority and minority is that majority is more, minority is less. It used to be the dudes that led with finances were the minority. So you could meet 6 out of 10 dudes and be like, okay, I have 6 out of 10 dudes to choose from because they come in correct. In 2022, 8 out of 10 are going the other direction. So you just gotta wait for that 2 out of 10. That's the difference now. That's the difference now. And it's not our fault. It's not men's fault. When you go into anything you do, the smart thing to do is play the percentages. That's what roulette's all about. That's what everything is all. That's what gambling is. Anything you do, gambling, relationships are gambling. So if you're going to gamble, you're going to go in and play the percentages. So if I can go into 8 out of 10 relationships and lead with my pocket, lead with my drinks, lead with my watch, lead with my jewelry, lead with my bag, lead with my car, lead with my condos, then I'm going to do it. Because 8 out of 10 times, I'm going to win the prize. Mm-hmm. I would be stupid to find Sabrina Parr 2 out of 10 Sabrina Parrs. I would be stupid to go out there and gamble with substance and get shot down 8 times and find 2. So it's like Sean said, it's about the women. You gotta y'all gotta change it. You gotta change it to where niggas is like, I need to lead with some substance. I need to lead with some conversation. I need to lead with some education. I need to lead with these things. Like even in this chat right now, girls is like, boy, bye. Boy, bye. I want the bag. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the comments. Girls is like, boy, bye. I want the bag. Boy, bye. I need that watch. And then you wonder why your relationships are doomed from the beginning because they're transactional. They're transactional. It's a vicious cycle, and it's never going to change until women.
Rich, he's so high.
I don't even know that.
Let her go, Rich.
Go ahead.
Rich, never calm. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, Rich. Drink your water. So I heard both of you guys, well, whatever that is. It looks like it's from a fast food restaurant, by the way.
Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Okay. When did coffee become yellow? Anyways, I heard you guys say that it's the female's fault, right? I couldn't agree more. But at what point does it become the man's responsibility to change what he seeks? Because let me use myself for an example. Yes, my upbringing, the lack thereof, whoever raised me, I developed a lot of habits, right and wrong, from my parents, my grandparents, whatever. And that might not have been the best teaching. Once I realized these habits do not work for me, this teaching is not going to get me the results that I want, it is then my responsibility to seek help, to find the right information, to change my ways, to work on my habits, to present myself to be a better woman. It seems like men are not doing that, even though they're seeing, yes, a woman is allowing me to do nothing and I can still have sex with her. I can come and go when I feel like it. I know this is not what's best for me. So I then have to reposition myself or do something with myself to be able to be qualified for a woman that's not going to be so easy. And that is what I do not see happening. Men are refusing to become qualified for those type of women that are the minority like myself, and then just asking us to deal with whatever that they're bringing to the table.
I think that you articulated that very well. So good job. Great point.
Thank you.
But I wanna touch on a couple of things. Number one, you spoke earlier about Sean. I'm not talking about 20-year-olds. Get them out the picture. I'm talking about 30 something, 40 somethings.
So-called grown men.
So-called grown men. One of the things that we speak about and I harp on all the time personally is it is I don't care if you're 50 years old. That's just a number. That is just a number. Some men, they are 50-year-old children. And then you can get a 20-something-year-old who's mature, who's handling his business. So I understand that in real life, a 30-something-year-old should know better. A
Yeah,
40-something-year-old should be about his business. A 50-year-old should finally have it together. But it just depends on the dude that you're dealing with.
correct.
That's even outside of this conversation here, right?
Yeah,
It's outside. But since the beginning of time, there has been men leading with their wallet. It's always been there. Now it's just become a requirement. That's the difference. Men have always, I'm not going to say all men, but the dudes who had it used to get the best chicks because they could lead with their wallet. A lot of dudes didn't have it the way like the world has changed. There are industries where people of color can flourish now, and there's so much going on to where you can make money. So everybody can kind of lead with their wallet at this point. But that's nothing new. We know that has always been. But for somebody like you, if you are of old fashioned values, if you are asking the question, when exactly does a man take on the responsibility and say, I just want better? I know it's out there, but I want better. I gotta ask, where are you? Like if you fish in a pond that there's only catfish, 9 out of 10 times you're gonna catch a catfish. Where are you fishing at? That's I
Ooh,
don't
I
know your
am
circle.
so
I don't know
glad
you
that
from
you
Adam.
asked me
Uh,
that. I am
Go
so
ahead.
glad. I
Yeah,
do
because I
not.
don't.
I am so glad because I get this all the time. Why don't you just change your preference? Why don't you date a regular guy? First of all, it's a job. It's a man's job to pursue a woman. I'm not fishing at all. Period. I am not looking for anything. But I do engage with those that pursue me, that hit me up. Nowadays,
Stop there. Stop there. Forget the fish. Where I
where
don't
am
know
I
you
meeting
from
these
God
people?
no. Yeah, because I don't know you from Adam. So I don't know if you are in local bars. I don't know if you
No,
at the Oscars last 2 nights ago. Where are you? You say I'm not fishing, but where are you at?
I'm
Because
at work.
typically,
I'm at my
hmm
own place of work, meeting people. I'm online working. They're in my DMs. I'm at the gym. I'm a very, I'm a woman that's really involved in fitness. And so I'm always in the gym. I'm always in the fitness environment. Um, that's really it. Like those are the places that I go. Even this weekend, I was on a work trip all weekend. It was all sorts of celebrities there. These are the people that are talking to me. I don't have to seek anybody. I purposely sometimes won't wear makeup. I put my Scully on. Like I'm trying to look not attractive, right? Like just this is what you're gonna get. Sometimes, for real. Let's just be honest here. I will take the makeup off, put on some sweats. On my Instagram page, I'm doing things. I don't have makeup on all the time now. This weekend we had red carpet events. Yes, I'm gonna put something on. I'm not always worried about my hair unless I know I
ah,
have something to do.
Sabrina, I wanted to wait until you was done. You talking about red carpet event and celebrities
Well,
and
you
this
don't know
and
anything about me. You don't know anything
I
about me.
know, but if you're around them type of niggas, those is the main ones
So
that's lead with their wallet.
okay, so
Nigga,
again,
go fish in another pond.
I'm not fishing. I'm at work. It was my event. It was my
Okay, if
way.
you are okay, but if those men who are the celebrities, red carpet event, what do you think? What they have been groomed. I don't care if they're 40, 50, 30 something, 70 years old. How do you think they're going to come at you?
Okay.
Like, come on, you too grown for that.
Listen,
you know the answer to this.
This is just where I am because of who I am. This is my job. So what I'm supposed to do?
I got to look you up after this then.
No, listen, what I'm supposed to do, leave work and then go to the construction site and say, hey guys, I was at work.
Why not?
Oh, because I don't have time to go to the construction site, okay? The problem is, listen, with social media now, it has given every person access to every person, period. Everyone has access to every single person now. Whether you are the drug dealer, the mailman, the cable guy, the construction worker, everybody is a DM conversation away from meeting someone, right or wrong.
Correct.
So only the guys that have a certain amount of money, status, or security are the ones communicating with me, because the lower level guys have already disqualified themselves in their mind. A guy will literally DM me and say, oh, I know I'm not good enough for you. Well, guess what? You sure aren't, because I can't talk to anybody that insecure.
Okay, Sean, the elephant in the room is this. Let's just be clear. Sabrina used to date Lamar Odom.
I was engaged to Lamar Odom.
She's had other high-profile relationships. She's been on the vlogs. Everybody knows who Sabrina Parr is.
Well, where the hell I been?
Huh?
Except Sean,
I'm sorry,
which I
Sabrina.
love, because he was giving me real advice based on
Except
not going in.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
So with that being said, that's why if a man slid in the DMs or somebody slid in the DMs, because they've already seen the type of dude, her relationships have been like public knowledge. So they've already seen the type of dude. So the little guy is gonna look at her and be like, she's a big fitness instructor, a couple 100,000 followers, all that kind of shit. You know, she has her own CBD stuff and all. She got a bunch of shit going on that people know about. It's blog.
I'm not answering. That means I'm busy. Touch my daughter.
With that being
knocking
said,
on my door.
With that being said, I can imagine why a random dude is gonna look at her and be like, well, I'm not finna bag her, but I'm gonna shoot my shot anyway. But
and it's frustrating because he may actually be more qualified.
But wouldn't that mean that you're supposed to tell that dude that this isn't who you are? Should you be making it your business to let the world know?
The dude is not communicating with me. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Okay, I just learned a little more about you, but you gotta remember too, and this is just in regular life. I don't care if we in high school and nobody got no money to their name. The attractive girls, regular dudes, don't think they got a shot with it. This is not just a money thing. It's not just circles you travel in. So I do understand that point that you were saying for sure. Yeah, but go ahead, Rich. I'm sorry. I just didn't want. I wanted to cut in at that one point.
I've been doing this for a very long time. I used to work for ESPN Radio. I was an on-air talent, and I was dating an athlete. We broke up. My co-host said, why don't you try dating someone regular? I said, you guys act like I don't want to date a regular guy. So they made an entire episode out of it. My last name is Parr. They called it an evening under Parr. They gave regular guys an opportunity to come on the show, shoot their shot, win a chance to date me. It was a Cleveland thing, but it was very dope. These men were starstruck, lost for words, didn't know what to say, couldn't get the words out, just in awe. And I'm like, and this is who y'all want me to date? Somebody that feels like in my presence, they don't even know who they are anymore. But a guy who has worked hard, made some money, has done some things in his life, he already has the confidence, oh, I can date this girl because of what I have or what I'm doing. But he's not really dating me. He's wanting me to just date him. And so I'm still at a crossroad because it's like, no, I still expect certain things, even though we have this new term, what is it? High profile, high quality man. I'm a high quality woman. So two high quality people need to be able to get together and create more quality of what they have. But it's more so like, if you're a attractive female and you're dating a high profile man, you're just expected to just be that beautiful woman because it makes him insecure. It affects his ego.
Okay.
Even with Rich, you know, you got to date me a certain way. You have to date me a certain way or we're not dating. Period.
So listen, here's my retort to that, my retort. The reality is this: 2022, women are transactional.
You said this, Rich. I want some new points.
Huh?
You said this. I want some new points.
Some women.
So with that being said, good men are feeling like there's not a real chance until women stop chasing the bag, stop, create a new narrative that these dudes are in style. Then you're going to get the same type of dude. Everybody gets that dude. It could be Sabrina Parr. It could be the woman that works at the counter in Target. It could be anybody. Until the narrative and the change has become prevalent in society that this is what it is, then you're going to get the same things. Good men don't think they have a chance. Honestly speaking, a good man would probably think that the woman prefers 5 bad niggas to his 1 good man. Women would rather be with 5 knuckleheads that are buying things and taking them out and trips and that nobody ever sees the other party eating and all that kind of shit that people do on the gram and all that. Then the good man is sitting there looking at that and saying, where do I even fit in? She would prefer to be with 5 futures than 1 Jose.
Can I say something, Rich? You know, and I'm only saying this in the interest of time because we're running on, and I want to bring other callers
Sorry.
in. Yeah. Here's if I can give you an advice. Maybe you should go fishing, and here's what I mean by that. It's if they ran a contest, of course you're gonna get a bunch of cornballs who are gonna call in, be starstruck, all of that. I get it. But no matter what the circles you run in, there is somebody behind the scenes that I gotta believe catch your eye. There is a cameraman. There's somebody. If the person you know and deal with is on camera, it might be an attractive cameraman that maybe you should step to him. Hey, what's your name? Such and such. Did that. You and I'm not accusing you of anything in any way, but maybe you're used to men approaching you. And the reason I say go fishing is because you might find that if you approached a regular guy or somebody who you work with or work around and let him know he got a shot, he will actually come at you the right way and won't feel as though I don't have a shot from the gate. But sometimes it might just take you making that first step and showing I am available and I'm interested and I don't care what you do. I don't. And maybe you'll have better luck that way.
That's great advice, Sean.
Because I gotta believe there's some attractive men that are just some regular dudes.
I've met these type of guys. I'm an alpha female and I'm aggressive, so I have no problem meeting people, talking to people. I've even slid in some DMs. They're just really intimidated. They just really get like lost for words, and it's just been maybe that story will change. Maybe I will meet the guy that is that alpha guy and that high profile guy that does know how to date women the correct way, was raised properly. It's very rare, but I feel like the man God has for me is a very special man. And sometimes I feel like I'm not even qualified and ready for him yet because there's so many things that I'm still working on and need to do. And so there's no rush. It's just I'm tired of
Your phone is acting up. Well, I'll end with this, and then Rich, can you hear? Yeah, I'll end with this. Um, I would absolutely tell you never ever lower your standards, ever. You shouldn't have to. Um, that's a recipe for disaster. But with that being said, maybe you should definitely start approaching some dudes who are attractive, or you see the way that they move, and just let them know that they could have a shot with you. You've had your eye on them. Maybe you'd have some luck that way, because a dude approaching you, he might be intimidated if you don't approach him first.
You know
I
what
don't
you
know
got
if
to
she
do,
can hear.
Sabrina. You know what you got to do, Sabrina. She's frozen. I think her phone's froze.
All right, see you later, Sabrina. Hope great conversation, though.
Yeah, her shit froze up. Sabrina
I
know
don't
what
know
she
if you
got.
can hear.
Sabrina know what she got to do. Um, how you want to do now? There's a bunch of people in here. Shit.
Well, come on, you done had a hour long conversation with Sabrina, but that was a great conversation, though.
Christina McDonald. Okay. Janae Marie. Janae Marie. Are you in the room, Janae?
And for anybody who this is your first time hearing or being part of the Boys Club, Rich Dallas, Sean Prez, we do this every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please follow us. Please follow the official _ Boys Club.
Sheila Dorch. Oh, come on. Sheila Dorch, are you in the room? Yo, why do y'all request and then don't answer the request? Come on. Um, Janae Marie. Janae Marie. And then Janae Marie, are you in the room? Moving on. Kim Pierre. Kim Pierre. There he is.
Here we
Kim, what's
go.
up, mama?
Hey, hi, how you guys doing? This is
Good.
Kim. I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Okay,
East
BK.
side all day. I'm 45 years old. I just recently moved to Stockbridge, Georgia. Life change, pandemic, blah blah blah. So I have been attracting, not say dating. I have been attracting the same type of man since I was about 17 years old. So now, again, I'm 45. People have told me you should change you should date outside your race. Did that. Same problem. Once a man hears my occupation, he thinks I'm too bougie. He hears I'm as old as I am and don't have any children.
What do you
Something's
do?
wrong with me.
What do
Can
you
hear me?
do?
Oh, I work for a stock company. I deal with the
Okay.
stock market all day. So talking about money is very tedious. I'm sure you know. So I deal with the stock market all day. So I remember there was one time I was out with my girls and this gentleman walked up to me somewhere in Atlanta. And, he said, well, what you guys do here? I said, oh, no, we out here getting the drinks or whatever. And he was like, okay, so, what do you do for a living? You have a boyfriend? I was like, no, I'm single. I said, I just moved down here. I'm actually looking for, something to do. He said, what do you do for a living? I told him, I'm a transfer agent. I work for a stock company. This man walked out of the establishment. The girls was asking me, what did you say to him? I said, I just told him what to do for a living.
That's weird. But
I'm from New York. I'm in Georgia. I've never had that happen in New York at all. Nobody hears, well, I'm a bouncer or I work at KFC or I'm the president, but okay.
okay, but what's the question?
Everyone is saying it's me.
According to Wikipedia,
Now,
a
I
question
heard
is
what
an
this
utterance
gentleman said to the
typically
nice
functions as a
young lady
request for
earlier. Don't
information,
lower your
which is
standards. I
expected
did
to
the
be
same thing,
provided.
and you were right. It's a recipe for disaster. Recipe for disaster. Everyone is saying it's me. I'm too this. I'm too that. You're too this. You're too that. You're too available. You're not available enough. I've had so many comments and opinions on it's. And at the end of the day, it's you. That's all I'm getting. It's you. You're too talkative. You're too this. And I've dated younger men, men my age, older men, white men, black men, Spanish men. What do you say to a woman who has put herself out there and keeps getting the same crappy results? I mean, the men that I've been attracting since I was 17, married men with living girlfriends, men that has a woman on the side and want to lie to me and tell me they're single, and then I find out the truth later on. 17. I'm 45.
Sure.
And no, I don't date the married man. I stay away from the. Yeah, I don't do that. Anything to say, gentlemen?
I mean, this is a hard one
Is
because
it?
my gut, yeah, it really is, Kimberly. And shout out to there's a lot of Kims jumping in the conversation, but you know, the initial response anybody would give you is it's you. I mean,
I've had men tell me this. I've had women tell
no,
me
and I'm gonna
this.
tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
It's easy to blame me.
If you've been attracting the same men since 17 and you 45, you know, and again, this is not even where I'm gonna go with the conversation, but 17 to 45, that's like 20 years or something, right?
28.
At some point, you would think is it an energy I'm putting out there? Is something I'm doing? Is it something I'm not doing? Because if you're attracting the same men, the only constant is you.
I
They're
don't
all
date married men.
variables.
I'm not interested in the next woman's man. I don't want a man that got a girlfriend living.
But you gotta let us.
Situationship.
You gotta let us finish. You gotta let us talk.
Sorry.
In order for us to give you advice,
Sorry. Because when I heard that, the first thing I said is I don't want you to think I'm giving him any.
But you can't hear if you already got your mind someplace else. You can't hear what he's saying to you.
You are correct. My apologies. Continue.
Okay, so I don't know about the married men thing. I don't know about the men in relationship thing, this, that, and the third. But we've been on this call for about 5 minutes, and you've done all the talking and a little bit of listening. So maybe to you, it's something you should really listen to. Like I don't know how you are. I'm only getting to know you for 2 seconds, right? But I would say, and this is so difficult because I don't have a lot of information here, because the only thing you're really giving us is you're attracting men who are in situations. Is there any other traits outside of men who are in situations that you're attracting that could even help us with this?
The majority, since I was a teenager, I stay clear from them. The ones with the wives and living girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't want to be bothered with somebody else's whatever. No, I want my own. I don't want nobody else. I want my own. So I try to look for my own, and I did exactly what you did. I did exactly what you said to the last girl about not settling. I did that and shot myself all the way in the foot.
How could you shoot yourself in the foot?
I dated someone who didn't have a girlfriend, but didn't value the type of person I am. He was the type of person, he was a homebody. He didn't want to go out anywhere. Not to say that, oh, we have to go out and I want to spend money, but I at least like to do couples things or couples, whatever with my boyfriend. That's not to say I'm too old for the club. I've been there, done that. You know what I mean? I want to do couples things with my man. The dude I was with was antisocial, not having it, didn't want to go out. His thing was stay in the house. If it wasn't work, it was home. That was it. I shot myself.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking for? Honestly, like what is? Give me your top 5 traits that you're looking for in a man.
I'm looking for honesty, respect, loyalty, genuine companionship.
Okay, it sounds like you need to go get a dog. Give me something outside of honest. Okay, okay, but come on, Kim. You got everything you said is just synonyms for one another. Honesty, loyalty. You know, like that's all. You can get a dog and get all that. Tell me, what are you looking for? We get it. Honesty, loyalty. We got that. What are you looking for in a relationship?
Companionship.
No, in a relationship. In a relationship.
Long-term longevity. I mean, I don't know what else how else to phrase it. So.
And the only reason I'm asking this is maybe you're not getting what you want is because maybe you don't know what you're looking for, because you said, Sean, I agree with you. You told the last woman, don't lower your standards, right?
Because I lowered my standards. I agree with you, and I shot myself in the foot.
I know. But listen to that. Listen to that, because I'm gonna point something out to you that maybe you're not hearing, or maybe you mean it in a different way. You said, I lowered my standards and I dated a guy who wasn't in a relationship, which makes us feel like everybody else you was dating was in a relationship.
Or lied to me about being single, and I found out they were in situationships. So either the men are being honest by saying, listen, I'm married, what's up? Or I got a girlfriend, what's up? And I don't want to bother, no thank you. Now they see it, I'm not jumping for it. Now here comes the lies. Oh, I'm single, what's up? And then I find out later on, oh yeah, I got a living girlfriend, or I've been married, or whatever. I find out later on that they're in a situationship. I told them I'm not interested in all that. I'm the one that gets lied to and gets looked like crazy by the other woman, by like, what, you didn't know he was married, he didn't bring you home, and he didn't do this, and he didn't do that. Oh my God. You didn't meet the family.
Okay, so Rich, I'm gonna let you jump in here because I'm kind of at a loss. Yeah.
In listening to this, I don't know what to tell you. If you've been dating somebody, if you 30, you said you what, 35 now?
45.
45 and been dating the same type of man since you were 17. That's 28
Attracting. I'm not dating them. A married man and a man with a girlfriend, that's not my thing. I'm not into being a home wrecker.
So 28 years, so 28 years of the same dude. At some point, you either got to change the playground that you're playing in. You got to change something. Something's got to change. Because if you say, I dated this type of dude for the last 2 years, and this is what it is, and it's become my job, and this is who I'm meeting at my job, or this is who I'm meeting when I go out, then it's easy. But 28 years is literally a whole evolution. Like, I would have think that you would have evolved into something different in 28 years. But for you to still be dating the same niggas to still be trying to holler at you 28 years later means that you're not evolving.
Sweetie,
and listen, I
really thought something was wrong with me.
Kim, you gotta let me finish.
Oh, sorry.
You have to go out and you have to make the changes within yourself. I'm never going to say it's your fault. I'm never going to say, because whatever you giving off is what these dudes are, what's attractive to these dudes. So you got to change. Something's got to change within yourself so you can start attracting to different people. Maybe it's the places you go. Maybe it's the things you do. Maybe it's maybe it's how you allow these dudes to come into the game. Maybe you need to lead with, this is what I'm looking for, A, B, C, and D. I mean, I can't tell you exactly what to do. I just know that in 28 years,
something's got to change, yeah.
Something's got to change, right? Because that's almost like saying, I've been doing the same thing for 28 years and I expect different results. What does that make you? Insane. It makes you insane.
It makes me crazy.
It makes you crazy. Doing the same thing for 28 years and expecting a different result makes you crazy. So at some point you need to change up your shit and be like, this is what it is and this is what I have to do. Like, sit down, be self-aware and assess. Be self-aware and assess. And at that point you can say, okay, These are the things that I have control over that I can change. Let me try something new and see what kind of results I have with that. But you got to be self-aware, and you got to be able to pivot.
Okay.
Can I ask you one last question before we go? Because I want to get some other callers in here. You said you live in where now?
Stockbridge, Georgia.
Okay, you're in Georgia. You're from Brooklyn. How long you been in Georgia?
6 months.
6 months? Still
Yes.
attracting the same men down there?
I haven't spoken to anybody down here. I work from home, so I've been indoors for the past 6 months.
Okay, so
Yeah,
down here you have.
down here is not like New York where you have public transportation. You need a car down here. Everything's super far, stuff like that. So.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we could be better help, Kim. I really do. And I was gonna say maybe in this new environment, you know, because Rich was talking about changing some things. You changed your environment, so you are same person in a new environment. If you still end up attracting the same people, then it's you. But now that you're in this new environment, if you're attracting something different, then maybe it just was the area you were in, the circles you were rolling with. So God willing, you being in Georgia now, it won't be, because I see that in if I was in your situation, I would feel a way like, damn, everybody telling me it's me. But being in this new environment, God willing, you'll find different results.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, guys.
Kim, thanks for
Thanks,
calling.
Kim.
Have a good one.
All right.
Yeah, I feel bad. I wish we could have offered something a little
It's all
better.
right. I've been hearing.
Yeah, my bad, Kim. I didn't mean to cut you off. But yeah, I wish we could have too, because Kim seemed like she's dope. She actually seems like a dope spirit,
No, she does.
and she's from Brooklyn and talks fast as hell. But she seemed like she's a dope spirit, man. Kim, we hope it works out for you. We really do.
Yeah, we do.
All right,
Honestly.
so let's go. Here we go. We could probably take one or two more. Shanitra, one online, Shanitra.
Hello,
What's up, Shanitra? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Philly.
What's up, Philly?
All right, so here's my question. At what point do you ask for more, or is it okay to ask for more child support? So my situation is I was married for 19 years. Well, in a relationship for 19 years. Just going through a divorce right now. We've been separated since 2019. I received $1,200 a month. I have 2 children. One is 15 and the other is 10. For the past 3 years since separation, he feels as if he's not going to get them as much because he's not allowed in the household. So from last year, it was just getting them 3 times out of the whole year. This year, he's only gotten them maybe 10 hours since January. So at this point, my ultimatum was either you get them every other weekend to try to be reasonable. And I said, I can cancel the child support. I'm willing to cancel it with you spending time with them. But if you're not spending time with them, at this point, I feel like I have to force you to spend time with them. And part of the reason is because I want to set the relationship back. So at what point do you request more child support? Because I'm doing the extracurricular activities. I'm doing track. I'm doing boxing every weekend. I'm doing everything from anything that you can name. So at what point is it okay to ask for more child support?
Sean,
What did Rich say in it? Because Rich he pronounces Shanitra. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Shanitra.
Nice to meet you as well.
Do you watch our show by any chance? Or
I
is
do.
this the first time you do?
Mm-hmm.
You do realize you came on and asked Rich Dollars about child support.
That's why I wanted to ask.
Okay. I'm like, yo, are you serious? But
Yeah,
I'll jump in here.
Okay.
Okay, it's a good question. So my only question to you, do you need more child support?
Yes.
You do need more child support.
Yes.
And the only reason I asked you that is because it almost sounded like because he is not stepping up as a father, meaning physically he is making himself available to his kids, I am going to ask for more child support. So again, I'm asking you, do you need the extra money even if he was spending more time with his kids?
Not if he was not if he was spending more time with his kids, I'm willing to cancel it. I've canceled it before in the past.
No,
I've
no, no, no,
canceled.
no.
So
Listen, and
okay.
hold on, we're going to get to that. I'm asking this question for a very specific reason. Because
Okay.
if he came and he spent more time with his kids, how does that alleviate money that you're spending?
Well, it
Why do you
doesn't.
need more child support?
Well, I pay for
It
two
doesn't.
households. I pay for two households as well as I'm taking care of my children on my own. So yes, the child support is there, but when it comes to anything else outside, well, anything else as far as needs, they're 10 and 15. I need more child support. But I'm willing to be, for one, I feel like no man wants child support. I don't want child support, right? I'd rather you do it willingly. Definitely whether you do it willingly, we can make up a number, whatever X, Y, Z it has to be, so it can be equal minds. But what I'm saying is, we've been at this situation before with child support. So my question is at this point, one second. My question is at this point, if you're trying to be a meeting of the minds and it's not, you're not meeting you halfway, the only reason he's not meeting me halfway is because of now you're on child support and now also you want to be able to come inside the home. So my only issue in regards to that is, yes, child support is needed. I'm paying for two homes. I'm paying for everything else. They're growing now. That order was old. So at this point, if you're not willing to, if I'm willing to say, okay, I'm willing to drop this child support, and if you come to get them more often, then I don't see the reason there will be an issue with me increasing it if you're not getting them.
Okay. If you need the child support, in the underlined, bolded word here, all caps is need. If you need the extra money, go get it. Go
Okay.
get it. He is not stepping up as a father. And if you can't raise your two children off of the money that he's giving you, then go and petition the courts for more money. I don't have an issue with that. Where I do have an issue, and I'm glad you cleared it up, because when you first started speaking, it almost felt like a punishment. Because you're not spending time with your kids, I am going to get you the only way I know how is in your wallet. And
No, that
if
ain't true.
that is okay, so
Because I
if
could get
that is
spousal
not
support, and I ain't go for that. So
okay. So if that is not your motive, go get extra child support. That is, these are his children. And I don't know why he's not spending time with them. I don't know why, after 19 years of y'all being married and all of this stuff, he would walk out on not just you, but his kids. So I don't know the backstory. I don't know what's going on there. A 15-year-old, and how old you say the other one was?
10.
He has a real relationship with these kids. Like for
Right.
him not to be spending any time with them, to me, that is one separate issue that y'all should deal with. But if we're only talking about child support, only the money, if you need it and you have spoken with him about picking up some of the extra expenses, this, that, and the third, and he has said no, then go get it. That's why it's there. And you are in your right to do so. So that's me answering that question very specifically.
Okay. Children grow up. The activities increase. Whatever you guys are doing is increased. So I would imagine that via the word of the law,
Right.
you're entitled to more child support as they grow, right?
Right.
If, like Sean said, if child support is necessary for you to continue to do the things that you're doing for these children as a single parent, then he needs to he needs to come off that money. You need to, what shouldn't be is him being a bad father and not seeing those children. You shouldn't. It's hard for me to say this. Child support, like Sean said, child support is what you need. It's how much you need. So if you actually need more money, then my point is it shouldn't be a determining factor in whether he's a good father or not. If he's a bad father, then if it's financial for him, then you're not gonna give him making him pay $1 million a month isn't gonna change who he is or what he does. For whatever reasons, he can't come in the house. Maybe he feels the way about you. Maybe because now he can't come in the home, and for whatever reasons, we're not gonna go into all that, but there's a reason he can't come in the home. There's a reason that you made that decision, right? So now, obviously, everything hasn't been rosy, or else he would be coming in the house, laying down, watching TV, picking up the kids, coming back, doing the same thing. Don't make it about finances. Make it about what you need. Excuse me. Don't make it about his bad person, bad father, bad whatever. Don't punish him for being that, because that's not going to change. It's only going to make the relationship worse.
Okay.
If you need more child support and you're doing this on your own, he needs to step up. He needs to step up and make sure that his kids are in a good position, that they can do the boxing and the track and all the things that you're doing. He needs to step up. As a good father, as a good man, he needs to step up and be there and be present for those children. Those two are mutually exclusive. Because I can tell you that the more you fight and put him under pressure, the more he's gonna retreat. And I'm not saying that that's right. I'm just saying that, and angry becomes vindictive, and the only people that are gonna really feel the brunt of it out of the children. And you don't want that. You want to make it as comfortable as it is for him to come and see the kids and do what he needs to do. Like I said, I don't want to get into all your logistics of why that man can't come in your home and all that other stuff, but there are reasons. So for him as a father, you need to figure it out. The financial part of it is, it's okay for you to ask for new child support when you need new child support. So you don't need permission to ask for child support. If kids are 10 and 15, and as they grow, their activities are growing and school costs more and all that kind of stuff, then you're entitled to more money and you should receive that.
Well, I guess I get that. I guess what I'm saying is asking for it makes the environment more hostile in my eyes, in his eyes. So at times I would rather not ask for it so I don't have to deal with the headache, and I'll just swallow the pill and do whatever it is that I need to do. That's just like, for instance, in a passport. He wouldn't sign my child's passport because he said he's not going to be miserable and we're going to be happy. So I had to wait 3 years.
You're not going to be what?
He's not going to be miserable and we're not going to be happy. So I had to wait 3 years for him to finally decide he's going to sign for my child's passport, which doesn't make any sense. So that's what I'm saying when I say the vindictiveness is not more so on my end. I feel like it's more so on his end because of the relationship has ended. And I get it that we was together for a long time, but because the relationship has ended, I've been getting so much pushback into he's not, anything that I ask for, he's not going to agree to it. Because in his eyes, we're not together.
How long have y'all been broke up?
3 years.
3 years. Okay, so this is not nothing new.
Right.
If you don't mind, I would just tell you this, because I don't know how one has to do with the other, but I respect you by you saying I would take him off child support, but him spending more time with his kids, I don't know how that equates to you needing less money, meaning you taking him off child support. So if you truly need this money, then whether he's spending more time with his kids or not, you still need the money. And I think that's where I was confused earlier in the conversation. I'm like, just be sure that you're not punishing this man for being a bad father. Okay, so you just know, with that being said, I don't see what the correlation
Mm-hmm.
of him stepping up and spending more time with his kids has anything to do with your bills decreasing and you
Mm-hmm.
not needing child support, because you're still going to need to
Right.
raise this 10 and 15-year-old. So again, I stand by what I said and what Rich said. That's what child support is there for. It doesn't seem like you're abusing it. It doesn't seem like you're punishing him. And these two issues that we're hearing, number one, I just need more money. My children are getting older. And number two, he spends no time with the children whatsoever. He spent a grand total of 10 hours with them in the year 2022 since January. They have nothing to do with each other. They don't. And I don't think you should be bringing this up, whether you're speaking to us or speaking to anybody else, because it does convolute your issues. If it's strictly about the money, you got my 100% uh, backing to go into that court and get more money, because there are two kids and we understand that they're going to be more expensive as they get older. Handle that other part of it outside of the money part. And what I will tell you is really think about if you want to take him off child support if he spends more time with the kids, because I don't know how that alleviates you having bills. I don't know how
It
that works
doesn't.
into this.
It just
Okay, so why
alleviates
would you?
him with it just alleviates the negative energy coming from him, honestly. That's the only thing I look at it as. It doesn't. It isn't going to help financially. It's going to definitely take away from income wise, financially if I do that. But that's the only way that I'm looking at it as.
So what you're
No,
basically
I
what you're
think the
saying is him being present in these kids' life is more important to you than any money that could come in.
Right.
And
Right.
if he was present in these kids' life, you wouldn't even be you would do what you got to do financially for these kids if he at least just put forth the effort and tried.
Right. I'm doing what I have to do now. Right. Exactly.
no. Here's the question: can he
Mm-hmm.
afford it? Can he afford the
Yeah.
1,200?
He could afford more. He
Okay, I'm
make
gonna
80,
ask you that
90,000
again.
a year.
Okay, so these are his kids, girl. All that. It would put y'all in a better. These are his kids, and that's what child. We are men. I'm a man. Rich is a man, and I don't think either one of us got a problem with men taking care of their children. I hate that it has to be in the form of a court, but if that's the way, then so be it. It keeps things clean. It is what it is. It doesn't sound like you're gouging him. You have two children and it's $1,200. Come on already. If he's making that type of money, he can afford it. I think you're right, and I salute you. And I think that is it. I think if it was more women out there like you, who this is not about the money, and you're not trying to just hurt somebody for the sake of, because you can. The problem is him. It's not you. It's not your children. And if you need more money, I'm just gonna say go get it.
I
Okay.
agree. I agree with Sean. I agree with Sean. Like at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you and your children. And like Sean said, you don't seem like you're abusing the process. You don't seem like you're abusing the system. You don't seem like you're vindictive. And quite frankly, you seem like you're very, very lenient and
Yeah.
just want the best. So under those circumstances, I mean, you got to do what's best for you in this case. And you can't always, you can't please everybody. So if the nigga gonna be mad, you gave him options.
Right.
He didn't choose those options. So now you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? It's important, but just know that you did the right thing by at least giving him those options. That's important. That's important. Let a nigga fuck up before you go and you say, okay, now I gave you the chance, bro. I
Right.
gave you a chance to do the right thing. You didn't choose to do the right thing. I need more money. You didn't want to give it to me. I need you to be around these kids and be in their lives. You don't want to do that. Like, what the fuck?
Mhm.
Like, I met with Sin with this. So you're doing the right thing, and nobody can be mad at you for doing that.
Thank you.
All right, baby.
And I want to say one last thing to you. And I know we've been on this forever, but it say a hell of a lot about any man that'll walk. I mean, it's one thing to have a problem with you, and I don't know why y'all broke up. I don't know why he's not allowed in the house. But there's niggas out there who are fighting, and they are going through the court system, and they are being humbled and humiliated because they want to see their kids. It hurts my heart. And they also have these baby mothers who stick the knife in and twist it. You're not going to see, like I got what I know means most to you, which is your kids, and they holding them kids from. So when I see a man voluntarily walking away from his kids and not spending time, when there are men out there, good men, who that's all they want. Why I can only see my kids on a weekend? Why can I only see my kids every other weekend? Why does it take a white man in a black robe to tell me when I can actually see my children who I'm paying child support for? It sounds like he's clearly the problem. And I pray to God that your kids, are not long-term damaged by the fact that because it sounds like you're a sensible woman. So I just wanted to at least put that out there to you. Even outside of the money, man, it says a lot that he's not spending time with his kids when clearly you are giving him the green light to do so.
Thank
So
you.
you have a good night.
You too. Have a good
All
night.
right, Mama.
Yeah.
See, and this is what I be saying. For every situation, there's different situations, right? So this woman is clearly saying that it's not a financial for me. As much as I need the money, I would rather this man spend time with his kids. That dude is making it hard for other men who are going through a plight with women and child support, because this becomes a narrative. So every woman that does the right thing, there's a man doing the wrong thing. Every man that's trying to do the right thing, there's a woman that's doing the wrong thing. And that's why this shit is so difficult, and every case should be heard and treated as if it's different. Because you can't lump this shit in. When there's matters of the heart and the mind, and it's just no right and wrong, black and white in this shit. And to treat it like it is crazy and dead ass wrong. And that's all I be saying all the time. I'm glad that girl called in. That woman.
No, I think I think she was dope. She was very well composed. I think in the beginning she laid out her argument. Well, I'm calling it argument, but she laid out what she was going through the wrong way, because it sounded like she was going somewhere else with it. But the more we talked to her, the more you saw she had pure intentions. So I really do. I think her name was Shanitra. I really do hope that things work out for her. All right, let's do one more and we out of here, Rich. No, hell no. We've been on for like 2.5 hours.
I know, it's 10 o'clock. I was going to bring in I was going to bring in your girl, but okay. We'll see you next week.
No, we're going to give Esby a shout. Shout to Esby, shout to Brooklyn, but I got to eat dinner, man.
So, yo, dope show. Thanks to everybody that called in. Sabrina Paul, we appreciate you. We had a good time this week. Prez, go ahead, y'all, wrap it up.
Yeah, for anybody who this is your first time on, please come in and really rock with us week over week. We're here Wednesday nights, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please follow us, the official _boys club. And if we didn't get to you this week, it is not for lack of trying. This show, we have so many people trying to get in and so many great conversations. So please just come back and bear with us. And you can always DM us your questions. We will at least try to get to 90% of the questions week over week. We love y'all. Thank y'all for sticking with us. Please spread the word. We are the Boys Club.
We are the Boys Club. See you next week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Same bad time, same bad channel. Prez, I hit you after.
All right, one.